Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss the 22nd question of database management system. Let's see the question. Here's the 22nd question, but the scenario is same as in the question set 16. In my previous videos, I have discussed the same scenario up to this. In here also, I'm using the same scenario to discuss these questions. In the first question, find the details of the students who participated in the single subject in the examination held on 2020, 3rd and 15. So in the first question, we have to find the details of the students. In the first question, I'm going to use join queries. For this question, we have to join a subject table and the exam term table into the student table. So let's see how I write this query. Now I'm going to write the query, but in the question we ask to find the details of students. So first we want to get the student table. So let's see. Here's the query. I have joined student exam mark record table to student table and the subject table exam table to the student table. Now I'm going to execute this query. So you can see my tables has been joined. But in the question, we want to get the data corresponding to the subject Sinhala and the examination held on this date. So for that, I'm using conditions. Let's see. Here is the condition I'm going to use. You can see I have get the subject table and the subject name equals to Sinhala language and literature and the exam term equals to this. So here's the condition in the question. Now I'm going to execute this and I'm going to get the filtered data from the join table. So I'm going to run this. So you can see I have get the filtered data. So I have get the marks. I have get the details corresponding to the subject Sinhala language and literature and the Sinhala language and literature and the exam date equal to this. So this date is corresponding to the first term. So I have get the first term details of Sinhala language and literature. So you can see here these are the data. But in the question we want to find the details of students. So here we want to only get the students details, not the everything. So I'm going to filter it. For that I'm using a student table, first name, last name and their gender, contact number, like that. I'm only getting the students details. So here I have filtered some data. Now I'm going to run this query. So you can see the data is here. I have get the details of the students, their index number, their first name, last name, their gender, their contact numbers and the subject name and the marks obtained by the students. So here's the answer for the first question and here's the query for the first question. Let's see the next question. In the second question, find out the marks of the examinations in which the student appeared on 2020, 15, 3rd, the date of the examination, the term, the number of admissions, the name and the name of the subject of Sandun Vijay Ratna. So in the second question, we want to find the marks of Sandun Vijay Ratna and the condition is this date. So let's find this. So here I have joined the tables into the student table. First I have joined the student exam mark record table, then the subject, then the exam term table. So let's run this query and see the result. So I'm run this. So you can see the tables has been joined. So you can see here the table has been joined and so here are the result. But in the question we want to get the results corresponding to this date. So I'm going to filter this date out of this data. So for that I'm going to use the keyword where. So let's see. So here you can see I have used the keyword where and I have get the data to filter. So here's the condition: the first name should equal to Sandun, then the second name should equal to Vijayaratna, and the exam date should equal to this. So here's the condition, and now I'm going to execute this. So you can see the results of Sandun Vijayaratna has appeared here. So you can see that. So these are the results, but in the question we want to only get the particular data, not all the data. We want to get the particular data. First we want to find the marks. First we want to get the marks, then the date of the examination, the term, the number of admission, the name and the subject name. So let's get this data. Now I'm going to get the particular data by filtering from all this data. So I'm using. So you can see I have get the data which I want, and here is the inner joint tables, and here is the condition. Now I'm going to execute this query. So you can see the results of Sandun Vijayaratna for the first term has been appeared here. So this is the answer for the second question. So you can see here's the conditions, two conditions, the exam date and the first term results. So here's the answer for the second question. Let's see the next question. In the third question, find the name, subject, marks, term of the examination, date of the examination of the students who obtained between 40 and 70 marks in the subjects of mathematics held on this date. So in the third question also we have to join the tables to get these data. For that also I'm going to use join queries to join tables. So let's see. So first of all I have joined the tables to get the results, otherwise I can't get the data for the question. First of all I have joined the tables. Now in the question asked, we want in the question there are three conditions. The first one is subject should equal to mathematics and the date should equal to this, and there is another condition, the marks should between 40 and 70. So there are three conditions. Now I'm going to apply condition into my query. So for that I'm going to use the where keyword where. So let's see. So here you can see I have used the keyword where to apply the conditions. The first condition is the subject name should equal to mathematics and the exam date should equal to this, and the mark should between 40 to 70. In here you can see I have used the function called between. When we apply the function between to a particular column, we can get the value between the values between 40 and 70 to the applied column. So I have applied the this function to the mark column in a student exam mark record table. So now I'm going to execute this query. So you can see here are the results according to the conditions I have given. So here you can see the subject. You can see the subject is equal to the mathematics. You can see the subject equals to mathematics, and the exam date. Where's the date? So the exam date equals to this. That means the second term, and you can see the marks. The mark column, you can see the mark is between 40 to 70. So here are the results, but in the question we got to find the name, subject, marks and the term of the examination and the date of the examination. Not everything, we have to get some filtered data out of this data. So I'm going to filter this data. So here I have get the particular data. So now I'm going to execute this. So you can see the data has been filtered. So here are the data which I want. So here's the query for the third question, and here's the result for the third question. Let's see the next question. In the fourth question, we want to get the highest scoring student in the first term out of all the subject. So in the fourth question, we want to get the first name. We want to get the first name and the last name of the highest scoring students. of the first term out of all the subjects. For that, let's see. First of all, I have joined the tables which I want to get the results. Otherwise, I can't get the get the results for this question. So first of all, I have joined the table. So you can see here's the result. I have get all the data by joining these tables. But in the question, we want to find the highest scoring student. For that, we want to get the mark. So let's see. After joining the tables, I have to get the maximum. That means I have to get the highest mark of the students. For that, we have to use the function max, and we have to get after finding the highest mark, we have to filter the data by the first term. So let's see. Here's the query. Here, first of all, I have joined the table. Next, I have used the max function to get the highest mark of the student. So here you can see I have used subquery. I have used a subquery to get the highest mark. So here I have used the max function to get the highest value of the mark column. So you can see I have got the highest mark of the mark column. Then I have get the first term results of the first term by using another subquery. I have get the first term results, and now I am going to execute this query. You can see the highest mark for the first term has been got by the student called Amanda Moses, and her its subject is subject is Sinhala language, and the term is first term. So you can see I have got the first term results. Here you can see the results are corresponding to the first term, and the mark is 100. This is the highest mark obtained by the student. But in question, we want to get particular data. We want to get the first name and the last name, because here's the question asks who got the highest score. So we want to get the first name and the last name of the student. So here you can see I have get some data which I want. I have get the first name, last name, and the mark and the subject name. So I'm going to execute this. So you can see here's the results for the fourth question. Here the question asks who got the highest mark out of all the subjects for the first term. The highest mark has been got by a student called Amanda for the Sinhala language and literature. This is the result for the first term. So today I have discussed the question set 22. So thank you everyone for listening.